Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope everyone's well and everyone's plants are doing hopefully well as we're coming up to the peak of our harvesting season. Probably will be coming soon, and also peak growing season this is now. All the plants are hopefully starting to grow and flower. Now today's topic is on flower drop in pepper plants, Naga plants and all chili plants. I've had a few people ask me, why are my flowers dropping from my pepper plants? Mainly Naga plants, and any other pepper chili plants are growing. Now, as you can see, I've got a lot of flowers that are coming out and a lot of them are dropping. There you can see loads of flowers. See all these flowers? Now, there's many reasons why you could get flowers that drop. Loads of reasons. Now, as you can see, I've got most of my Naga plants here. All these are mainly hot. Carolina Reapers, Nagas, and also Trinidad Scorpions. As you can see, a lot of them have got loads of flowers on them. But just like everyone else, I'm losing a lot of flowers. I am losing a lot of flowers. They're all dropping. Now, like I said, there could be many reasons for this. It's very hard to pinpoint a certain reason why we all lose flowers on our pepper plants. Now, as you can see, I've got loads here. Look on the floor of the thing. You've got them dropping all the time. So I'm going to discuss this today and hopefully try and find out the reasons why and what we can do about it. So what I will be doing is taking these outside, and here they are. I've taken a few of my prize specimens out, and as you can see, they've all got loads of flowers on them, mashallah. Now, one of the reasons that we get a lot of flowers dropping is it just happens naturally. As you can look at this, see, this is what I've just picked up about a few minutes ago. So every time you shake them or something happens, you move them, you get flowers dropping, and they just drop anyway. So like I said, naturally flowers will drop, because what they tend to do is, there you go, another one, look, all dead, dying. But don't worry, you will get more growing. As they drop, you get more growing. Because what the pepper plants normally do is they grow extra flowers than what actually is going to grow on the plants. Reason being is they want to attract the bees. So a lot of times they'll produce more than what they actually can hold on the tree, just to attract the bees, and all the weak ones will fall off. And depending on your variety of pepper plants, some have less, some have more. Like green peppers, they don't have a lot of pepper plants. They won't hold a lot of green peppers on them, flowers. You get a few because the plant's not that big compared to the size of the fruit, the pepper. So here you see loads more I've got here. Now, that's one reason why they drop, just naturally it occurs. Another reason is the size of your pot, your flower pot, your pepper pot, or your container. Now, the bigger the container, the more likely you're going to get more flowers that will survive on it. Because the roots of the pepper plant, as it gets squashed up, it will stop growing, it will stop producing flowers. It knows there's no nutrients in the compost, as it's a small pot. So the bigger the pot, the more likely, the bigger the pot, the more flowers you will get on it, the bigger the plant will grow. So remember that, take that into account. So if you, as it gets bigger, start repotting it into bigger pots. Now that's another reason why you do lose a lot of flowers. Another reason where you do lose a lot of flowers is pests. You would get aphids on your pepper plants. You find them underneath the leaf and mainly on new flowers, baby flowers that are growing. You get a lot of insects on them, aphids. Now, if you don't get rid of these insects, pests, aphids, your pepper plant is not going to grow. It's going to stop growing, and all the flowers are going to fall off. So that's a must. You must get rid of that problem. Get the best bug killer you can find, or even water, wash them down, spray them down every day. Make sure you got no aphids on it. So that's another reason you can lose a lot of flowers. Now, Another reason we lose so many, this is big problem, so many, is high temperatures. When the weather gets too hot, if they're in a greenhouse or if they're in direct sunlight, it can cause a lot of flowers to drop. So remember that. So move it into the shade. Also sprinkle it with some water. Give it a lot of water, like a shower. Just like humans, we get hot, we have a shower. Same with them. Sprinkle them with water, move them into the shade, and you get less flowers dropping. That's another reason. So that's another cure for it. Also another reason is too much fertilizer. Now when a pepper plant starts growing, for the foliage and all that, you need a lot of nitrogen in the fertilizer. Now when you start flowering, you want more phosphorus and potassium. So remember that, change your fertilizer when it starts flowering to one that has more phosphorus and potassium in them. So that could be another reason, because once all the green's done, you don't need any more nitrogen. So fertilizer, also remember another thing is too much fertilizer can be a problem. Too much fertilizer can cause a plant to stop growing and the flowers to fall off, and even the leaves to curl up and turn yellow. So that's a few reasons. Also another one is overwatering. Overwatering can be a big problem. Not only do the flowers fall off, even the plant stops growing. You'll see the plant will stop growing. So don't overwater them, don't underwater them. Remember that. You want just about right. And then one way you can tell is by lifting it up. If you lift up the pot, you can tell how much water in it. That's a good way of finding out. So that's more or less all the problems of your flowers dropping. Now another reason that you might get the flowers, they'll open up, and what will happen, once they've opened up, you see the flowers, but after a couple of days, what does happen is that they'll drop off. And the reason is pollination, especially like in a polytunnel or greenhouse. If you've got no wind, no insects, you've got to shake it, you've got to pollinate the flowers. In my next video, I'll show you how I pollinate, the simple ways to pollinate your pepper plants. There's a few methods that I'll be showing. Look at this plant, I've already got some growing on this, mashallah. I always give it a little shake, or I use my finger, there you go, just like that. Do that, and it will pollinate it. Give it a little shake with your finger. Good way of pollinating, using your fingering them. Now, this one is last year's, mashallah, it's doing quite well. As you can see, it should grow more leaves on it. So hopefully I've covered the reason we get flower drops and the remedies we can do. Try them all, whichever one works. So thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and assalamu alaikum.